Hi, Taurus. This is your reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this is not going to resonate for every single Taurus out there. All right, you guys, let's get started. Just the collective of my Tauruses going through. We have the Hanged Man, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Death card, Judgment, the Four of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So, Taurus, I feel like some of you guys right now it almost feels kind of like a heavy energy. I think some of you are contemplating something that you can't let go of emotionally. And it feels like the reason you can't let go of it is because there's this fear and attachment of abandonment. So it feels like a really, like you lost out on something that you thought was very important to you. And it's like whatever that was that you lost triggered something inside of you that had that need of, it's like a sense of codependency, but it feels more, Taurus, like whatever this is that you're holding on to, it feels almost like a security blanket, like something you need to hold on. Like you wanted this to be something that could save you potentially, you know, something that's like a cushion or a fallback, but it almost feels like it's gone. And it's like you don't want that to be over. Whether this is a relationship, losing money, getting kicked out of a place. I mean, this can be all kinds of things, but it feels like there's a sense of loss. But it's almost as though you're thinking about it, and I feel like it's already happened. The loss of this thing has already occurred, but because you're constantly thinking about it, you're not, it's like you're living in the past because of this abandonment. And it almost I almost get this sense with this Judgment card. I mean, paired with also just that, the Death card in the reverse here, I feel like you're having a really hard time. Like you're staying in that thought pattern of what could I have done differently? How could this have gone down if this would have went down this way or that way? It's like you're thinking of all of the ways that maybe this person had mistakes and flaws and maybe where you had mistakes and flaws. And it's like going back and forth between what could have been different. But I'm getting this sense of like restlessness with you. You can't just relax. Like some of you guys might have tight muscles, aches in your joints, and you might not know why. And it's just because your body is always tense. You're never really relaxing. Because I almost feel like you have to, it's almost like you keep having to feel like you need to justify what has happened in the past, or you're needing to have to reason with it. And I feel like it's kind of one of those things that you get very defensive about when people bring up, or when you hear about it, or when you think about it. It's like it triggers you back into that time because you're emotionally attached. So every time something like that comes up, it's like you almost live there now. It like ruins your whole day for some of you. But it feels like you're wanting to drop it now. I think some of you have been in this state for a while, always feeling this way for some time, because I get the sense that there was a lack of clarity, but also I felt like there were things missing in the foundation. And I'm getting this sense that whatever was missing in the foundation already kind of felt like something it's almost like you already knew that it was missing. For some of you, this was a past relationship, because it feels like there's a lot of signifiers that indicate that this is a relationship. Somebody here wasn't being honest about their intentions and about what they could provide in the connection. And they could have been playing mental games with you, just a lot of mind games. They didn't really attach themselves emotionally to you, for some of you. And it was like there was a lot of love there, but at the same time, I feel like this person could have had a wandering eye. And again, emotionally not invested all the way. And didn't really have the desire to make it work, because I think they wanted to go back out and see what else was out there in the world. And for a lot of you guys, you weren't listening to your intuition. I also got that this person showed you their true colors multiple times, but perhaps you were so blinded by love that you didn't see it. And so for a lot of my Tauruses, I feel like you guys got caught up in a situation where you felt like you've lost, and this person gained more out of this relationship. They could have taken money from you. They could have left you high and dry. Could have gone out with other people. Could have cheated. Or if this isn't a person, it's a symbolism of like your workplace or something. Let's just see. I'm going to get some clarifiers. But it feels like you saw all of the red flags, but you still allowed yourself to get tripped up over it. And because of that, it caused a lot of you guys to not let it go, because it hurts you a lot. Because when you invest so much into a person and this person plays mind games with you and isn't emotionally invested because they are keeping their options open, or they're just not telling you the full truth. They could have made it sound like you guys were in a commitment, but really could have been seeing other people as well. There was just something here that I'm getting that is like that. Because it has a lot to do with your stability, and it has a lot to do with what you had deemed that was going to make you happy. It's like you had something in your mind about this person, but this individual was kind of, I wouldn't really say a player, but I definitely say that you're dealing with somebody that wasn't really ready to necessarily settle down, or still had a lot to learn. Because I feel like this person really wasn't really looking at like I just keep getting a little bit immature. But whatever would always happen, it's like you always seem to get the short end of the deal. And I think that kind of left a lot of you guys, and that I think that's honestly, Taurus, a lot of you guys might think, oh my gosh, I love him so much. But if you really stop and think, Taurus, for some of you guys, I'm getting the sense that, now I could be like, this could trigger some people, but I'm getting the feeling that for some of you guys, it's the reason that you can't walk away from this is more logical than perhaps you think. Because a lot of you guys are caught up emotionally probably, and you think like, oh, I can't get over this person. And you can't stop thinking about it. Well, I'm getting the sense that it's because like you feel cheated out of a situation. You gave more than this person did. You got very little in return, while this person seemed to have gained a lot more benefits and could have moved on with other people. And then you know what I'm saying? For some of you, that's what I'm picking up. And I think that the reason you're having a hard time letting go of it is because you got cheated out of the situation and you got pretty much nothing out of it, while this person got everything. And so, of course, you would be upset about that. But that being said, that should be taught as a lesson. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. And we need to find people that are willing to do a win-win situation and not somebody that's willing to do a win-lose situation. But I felt like this person was just out to get what they wanted. And they did. And you kind of allowed it to happen. And I think that's why you beat yourself up, Taurus. Because it's like you allowed this person to... It's almost like they started off as this page, and then when they got done with you, it's almost like they ended up being a king. You know, like they upgraded while you feel like you almost downgraded in a way. Because it almost felt like you put in more effort and this person just built off of you. Because I'm really getting here, the reason you really don't want it to end was because you're waiting for this person to pay you back, or you're waiting for this person to make things right. Because, again, you got screwed over. And that's really just what I'm getting here. You just want what's owed to you. And you just want to be, you want that stability, you want to level back out. But I'm getting that you're not happy because you're disappointed. And I get that, like rightfully so. When you feel cheated, of course you're going to feel disappointed. And I feel like a lot of you guys maybe feel disappointed in yourselves for allowing it to happen. But, you know, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we don't really realize what people are doing until we catch them in a lie, or we can't really, you know, sometimes we just kind of, like that saying, love is blind. And that's really what I'm getting here, Taurus. Because you've invested into somebody that didn't invest properly back into you. And because of that, it left you almost feeling defeated in a way. Feeling like you lost. And that disappointment and that grief is what's blocking you from really moving forward. Yeah, see, because you want to walk away, but that's where you're feeling restless because you can't emotionally, because there's like, you have to grieve. There could be anger there, resentment, you know, jealousy, envy, things like that. Just all these types of emotions brewing inside of you that you need to release. And once you learn to just release that and understand that you are just upset because you know that this person screwed you over. Because you felt like this person played dirty. And they did, because I feel like they didn't show you their whole hand. They didn't show you what they had. And that's kind of, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could have trusted this person. and expected this person to come back. But it's almost like you're waiting for this person to come back. But while you're sitting there waiting, you're wondering to yourself, should I stay or should I go? Like, should I wait around or should I move on with my life? And I think that for a lot of you guys, it's like you're making the decision to move on in your life. But I mean, I highly recommend it because I know that you're blocked because of there's this pain there. And it's about this person playing dirty. And that's why you feel very restless. Because I keep getting that a lot of you guys, the reason that you're just so upset and worked up over it is because I feel like this person, you listen to this person's words more than you did their actions. And for a lot of you guys, this person was very, could have been very passionate. And they were quick. And you feel like they stole something important from you. Which, I mean, in a way they did, like your time and your effort. But at the same time, what did they teach you? You know, you got to come at it, Taurus, from where is it that they got your weak spots, you know? Like, I feel like people are weird about this, but like sometimes you have to just treat dating like it's a game, you know? Because in a way it kind of is. It's like everybody's just trying to find the best partner for themselves. You don't want to just settle for the first person that you see and meet, you know? And so I feel like for a lot of people, they get caught up too quickly. And it's like if you show your hand, you know, you're gonna lose. So it's like, I feel like a lot of you guys were too open to this person while this person wasn't ready to do that yet. They wanted to take it, I don't know. It just feels like this person really wasn't maybe even that serious even. It's like you need to understand why people come in and out of, like, you know why you're wanting to get into a relationship, but why is this person wanting to get into a relationship too? You know, those are the questions you should be asking yourself. Because I get this sense that for some of you guys, you feel blocked a lot in relationships, and it's because of your own self-worth. Sometimes you don't realize that you don't have to settle in life. A lot of you guys might work a lot. And I keep getting that a lot of you guys, you keep asking universe for certain things and you're wanting certain things, but you're so impatient about stuff, right? Because I get this restless energy. But at the same time, you're still very in tuned. So I'm getting this sense for a lot of you guys, you kind of became complacent where you are. And I feel like what's happening for a lot of you is you've been working a lot and you're not really resting. You're too much in that fight or flight response. You need to really relax more and dial it back a little bit, Taurus, because what's happening is I feel like you guys are praying and asking the universe for certain things, but it can't provide it to you when you're impatient, like you can't even rest. Because I feel like a lot of you guys, maybe you have like insomnia or you have some kind of issue going on where it's like I used to be like this a lot, where I had a really hard time just sitting down without feeling like, okay, I need to get up and go do this now. Like you just really can't relax and your muscles are always super tight. So I feel like a lot of you guys really need to work on relaxing. And that's really going to help ground you more and bring things back to you. I think a lot of you are too up in your head and your thoughts, and then you're just upsetting yourself over and over and over again over stuff that already happened in the past that you just need to understand was a lesson, and understand that even though this hurt me, I now can understand that I don't want that in my life, so I'm going to make a better choice. I'm going to do a better decision instead of staying stuck. I'm going to level up in that way. And that's what's going to cause some growth, is learning what you want in life. Go out and discover what it is that you really want in the world. Because I feel like a lot of you guys have grown kind of complacent in your home life, in your stability, or in certain areas of your life. But now it's the time to grow. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's so that you can find somebody that wants to give to you back as much as you're willing to give. But I also am getting that for a lot of you guys, it's also just to find somebody who is going to treat you better and is going to understand your needs better, because once you start to understand yourself, it's going to be easier to start communicating with others what it is that you want. Because for some of you guys, like, you might not really have known what it is that you want going into a relationship, or the person that you're with, maybe you didn't really know what their motives were for getting into a relationship. So I just keep sensing that there's a lot of miscommunication, but also just needing to understand that that whatever this was, it was a lesson almost in a way to teach you how sometimes people can be, and knowing that not everybody has the bestest intentions. Okay. Befriend the word polarize. Find your sacred flow. Accept and receive. Light in the unexpected. See, all of this looks, to me personally, all of this looks like the feminine. It's like balancing out that masculine and that feminine within inside of yourself. Because I feel like a lot of you are too in your masculine, you're in your too like go, 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 and you need to learn to rest and go back into that flow and finding that sacred flow inside of yourself. Like, slow down your speech, slow down how you eat, how you drink, like, just take time for yourself. But I also am thinking too, how many times do you guys give to people, and how many times do you receive from others? Because I feel like for a lot of you have a hard time accepting that and allowing people to give to you, Taurus. So when you start allowing others to give back to you, and you not always giving out, just because somebody gives you something doesn't mean you automatically have to give them back something. Just being in your like, can we just stop and think about this for a sec? Because I used to think this way, and I wonder how many people that are tuned in here will think the same way that I did. When I hear of give and take, right, you think, okay, well, somebody gave me something, so I need to, I'll take it, but I need to give it back. You don't have to. That's the kind of the point of the give and take. Sometimes, you just allow people to give to you and accept it, and just saying thank you or showing appreciation, that is giving back. But you don't need to give back something else that's other than you, just who you are as a person, just sitting with another individual and showing gratitude for that person. That is how you get abundance, because when you are grateful for what people can give you and you allow it to happen, but you don't feel the need to have to get up and go do something for somebody or have to give something tangible back, then people still feel like, yeah, I feel good about it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to go and give back 10 times more what another person gave you, because then it's just almost like a competition, or it's just this person doesn't feel like you're really, you know what I mean? People give sometimes because they want to give to you, to show that they care, to show that they want to be around you. And so when you feel like you have to constantly give back, then it makes people think like, You know, it's almost like you're just trying to repay them and they just can't feel like you can just appreciate, you know what I mean? Just have it for what it is. So I feel like some of you need to be aware of that and just understand that that is exactly what, like, when I learned and understood that, that's when my life started to kind of change. Because you don't have to, just by saying thank you and showing gratitude is you giving back. And that's it. That was amazing to me because I would always say thank you and can I do this for you or can I do that? Like I always would go off to wanting to do something else, like, you know, to show back my gratitude. But that thank you was the payment, was the giving back. So just kind of be aware of that. Like, do you always overgive even when people give to you? Do you always triple that to them? Can you just allow and accept it and just allow it to be received and just sit in it and be grateful for it? You know, that's the true feminine, is embodying it, is showing that. So I feel like that's kind of where this is leading, is really needing to get to know that feminine side of you. And with that light and the unexpected, it looks like it's dark. And generally, like when you think of the yin yang, the yin is the feminine, which is the dark part. But inside, we can illuminate parts of ourselves that we didn't even know exist, because the feminine energy is very powerful. And it doesn't get enough credit, but I feel like you need to learn to research that for yourself and learn to ground yourself and be more in the feminine. And that's really going to help you. So, okay, Taurus, that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully this resonates for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.